Yeah, so when Big Cuz leave, I'm in the kitchen like, dang, we call this nigga, man. I hop on the horn, call my man that went on a mission with me, right? Because I'm starting to sense some foul play. Because I definitely ain't no Slimmer that's working for Cuz for real. But on the outside looking in, he probably looked like the man. Now, the reason why I say I wanted to he know for real, because Slim be around. He be in the mix. He know Big Cuz. He be around Big Cuz. More so than me for real. So all I'm thinking is, if this nigga really put me in a situation with my own cousin, knowing that he knew yo wasn't nothing but a stash house for real, for my people, and ain't tell me, that's automatic beef. Cause ain't no friend of mine gonna do no shit like that and expect me to be cool with that shit. But anyway, so like I say, I'm calling this nigga, right? He answered the phone like, yo. I'm like, hey, boy, hey, pull up on me. Shit ain't right. Pull up on me, ASAP. He like, oh yeah? He like, shit ain't right? Like, no, pull up on me. He like, all right, give me 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes. I'm on my way. So I hang up the phone, hurry up and walk down to the bar. It was only one block down the street, Robin's Nest down on Patterson Park, North Avenue. Robin's Nest. Yeah, you from the real trenches, you know about that bar. Yeah, I went on here, hurry up, went down there, got a paint of Hennessy real quick, pack a Dutch mask. Hurry up, took it on back in the house, right? I'm sitting in there waiting for this nigga rolling up. Crack the Henny. And while I'm waiting for him, I cut that Project Pad on, turn it up live. I'm sitting in that bitch, you know that Pat joint, he be ski mask over my skull, it's in my mouth, it's a house called Glock 9 with no love. I mean, they bumping that joint, right? Hitting the Henny, and I'm thinking, this nigga knew. And now it's starting to come together, cause Shorty house where we hit, he's originally from around my big cousin Way for real. So that's how I tied them two together. Now I'm just thinking, like, he had to know. Take a swig out the Henny, hit the G-Raz. I just get to thinking like, man, fuck all that, man. Call this nigga back, man. Ain't taking too long. Cause he said he was gonna be there like 30 minutes. Man, damn near an hour went by. No call from him, no knock at the door, no pull up, no nothing. I said, we can call him back. I called him back. He ain't pick up on the first call. I dialed him right back. He picked up on the third ring. He like, yeah. But I could hear it in his voice. His disposition was totally different. I'm like, y'all thought you was pulling up, y'all? Got me sitting outside waiting for you and shit, y'all. Whole time I was in the house sitting at the table, but I was lying, making it like I went through something. But anyway, he like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to make it, yo. Something came up. Like, something came up. He like, yeah, what you want to talk about, though? I'm hearing in his voice, oh, ain't never took this tone with me, right? So I'm like, yo, you knew that was my people's, y'all? He like, man, Shorty saw, fuck, yo. So when he say that, I just look at the phone like, I'm like, say no more. I just hung up on his bitch ass. Now, I'm already knowing he ain't got no pole. I had to let him use my shit just to do this thing for real, right? Now, one thing about this nigga, right? He always stand with a relative or some shit like that. He here, he there, he everywhere, right? So the only way I really keep in touch with him was over the phone. You never really know where he's staying at. This nigga called the phone back. I don't even answer, right? He leave a message on the voicemail. All I remember is this nigga holler, it's my word against yours. All I gotta do is say, and then he caught himself. But I knew what he was about to say for real. Shit just cut off and hung up, right? But I knew he was about to say, like, all he gotta do is say, I knew for real. And it'll be just as much on with me as it will with him, right? So now I'm like, I owe up for real. 15. So I had like 4.5 left from the sting. Now I'm already knowing he spent $2,500 of his money on that car, which means he still had majority of the money. So I'm like, I gotta track his bitch ass down, but in the meantime, I gotta run Big Cuz money up. Cause at the end of the day, sorry ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna have to get that man money, you feel me? So after riding around for like 2 days looking for this nigga, the nigga that went on a mission with me, got one of my other homeboys that drove, ride me around looking for this nigga, right? With them pipes to all the spots where I know he be at. I wasn't seeing him. Like I say, I looked for him for like 2 days. That's when I came to the conclusion, like, well, I ain't gonna keep looking for this nigga when I could be making money. I gotta go make some money, right? So me and my other homeboy, we jump in all black. We get to doing takedowns from east to west, jacking shit, trying to get Big Cuz money back, right? Plus all of the profit from the cane and the grass I had at the time. They had to go towards that. Oh bullshit, it took us like 3 weeks to get that shit together. But the whole time we looking for Slim as well. So we get 15 large together. I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. That was everything. And my homeboy really helped me out for real, because he was giving me the biggest split. That's so I could make shit right for real, a little faster. So once I got the money together, I called Big Cuz over the house, tell him it was important for real. It was nighttime, like 20 minutes, he pulled up in the Corvette with the top down. Come in the house, I'm sitting in the living room at the table for real. I had a half a pint of Hennessy, my nerves was bad. Cause I don't know how Big Cuz gonna take this, but I gotta keep it gangster with him. And then if he find out and I don't tell him, then we had a fallout, you feel me? Nah, He come in the house. Now, my cousin big as shit. He cocky as a motherfucker, right? He come in the house like, what it is, little cuz? Give me a five. We sit down at the table and shit. So he sit down. So I'm like, yeah, I want to holler at you about that situation. He like, what's up, cuz? I reach down under the table, put the bag on top of the table, push the bag over to him. Like, here you go. He like, fuck is this? He grab the bag, unzip the bag. He look in the bag. He look at me like, fuck. I'm like, yo, I fucked up for real. He like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, I did that shit, but I ain't know that was your shit. I ain't know you had nothing to do with that shit. He like, you did that shit? He like, come on, yo. He like, yo, you know if you want my cousin, yo. I'm like, yo, you know damn well I wouldn't have did that shit, yo, if I knew that was your shit. I'm like, nigga put me on, you feel me? He like, oh yeah? That who put you on? Now see, this is my payback. I'm like, yeah, you know such and such. Say, Shorty was the man. He talking about Shorty got the car wash, the barber shop, the bar. He like, yeah, they my spots. So I'm like, oh yeah? Basically, he just was holding shit. Big Cuz told me, like, he was like, man, that nigga knew damn well me and Slim was doing business together. I get to telling Cuz, like, yeah, when I was in the house, I was trying to figure out where I knew Slim from. And it dawned on me later on, because, like, man, that's such and such ran away, yeah, man. How the fuck you ain't recognize yo? But I had seen that nigga in years, you feel me? I ain't recognize him, not at first. So Big Cuz like, yo, what's all there, yo? I'm like, yo, I can't hand count that shit myself. That's 15 bands, right there, cuz. He give me a 5. He like, at least you made it right. He zipping the bag back up. Got up from the table, turned around like he about to leave, and he like, oh yeah. He like, I didn't know it was you. He said, I was just sitting back saying what you was gonna do. He said, you did the right thing. You made it right. He said, your man, when the last time you seen him? I'm like, man, he ducking me out. He like, nah, he ain't ducking you. He in the hospital, dummy. He in the hospital? He like, yeah, man. I heard niggas broke his legs, broke his jaw, and all the fingers on his right hand. He like, yeah, but I'ma holler at you, little cuz. He rolled out. Nigga left me sitting there like,